The second Harrier CB X from my parcel, listed as faulty. Let's see if we can find anything wrong with it. And here's Harrier number 2, and on the top it said works into meter. There's no strange things on the back of this one. All the screws look intact. Needs a good clean. Let's have a look inside. And this one looks a little bit cleaner inside. Immediately see there's been some work around the PLL chip. It looks like somebody's desoldered the crystal. So I'm wondering if we've got another mid-band modification and a protection diode has been tacked onto the back of the board. So let's have a look at the component side. Sure enough, there's another Tonks midband board. There was no sign on the listing that these had midband, so again, another win. And there's no strange modifications to this one, and it looks like the wires just go directly to the delta tune switch. So that's fine. So let's switch it on and have a look. And this one does actually transmit. Nice healthy 5 watts. It seems to be transmitting nicely. Nobody seems to be on this time of day. Let's do some frequency checking. A little bit low on channel 1, but that's fine. Channel 40 is good. Channel 1 midband. And channel 40 midband. That button seems to be very, very hard to come off. Let's get the front off and give it a nice clean. Also, I noticed the signal meter light was out, so we'll fix that. The front fascia is coming away. So that needs to be attended to. So first off, let's get rid of some dust. Take these protective felt pads off, put them back on later. As always, a bit of foam cleaner on the controls. bit of a wipe down with a cloth, and that's those done. Let's carefully remove this metal front fascia, and it just drops off. That glue has lost all its adhesion over the years. So let's give it a good drowning in some foam cleaner. See if we can't make this one look a little nicer. It's starting to look better already. Plenty of wear and tear marks around the front, but nothing to worry about. Let's try and get rid of a little bit of this glue. As you can see, it just literally just scrapes off. So we'll use a little bit of IPA. Just to remove any of the excess. Make a nice clean surface for us to glue the fascia back down. Now let's give the metal fascia a clean as well. Have to be extra careful with this, don't want to bend it or anything. Now using some B7000, placed it all around the front. Carefully drop the metal inlay back into place. Then we just need to leave that to dry for a while. Any adhesive that's seeped out from the corners can easily be wiped off. But this should hold it again. Happy with that? Yeah, don't look too bad for 40-year-old. Now let's see if we can tidy this protection diode up. Somebody's drawn us a nice picture on the back of the chassis on which way round it goes. Whoever did this, I don't think they used solder braid. But we'll tidy it up the best we can. Some of the copper has gone. But there's enough left. A little bit of alcohol just to clean the flux off. Yeah, better already. Now this is going to be a little bit of a fiddle to get it back down into those holes. But what we can do is, if we line it up from the back, bend the legs correctly from the back, we should then be able to drop it in from the top and it should line up perfectly. Now let's make sure we fit it the correct way round. So the line on the board goes to the line on the diode, indicating the cathode. And with a little bit of gentle persuasion, it drops nicely into place. We've got plenty of legs there. One last check, make sure it's in correctly, which it is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bend the legs over and solder them to the nearest point. Push the leads flat against the board. That should make a nice connection. And that will do nicely. I'm just cleaning off any excess flux around this PLL, just have a look at what's going on. Not sure why all that solder mask's been scraped off. Looks like there's been work around the output stage as well. Again, looks like somebody didn't have any desolder braid. Made a little bit of a mess trying to get the final output transistor out, but it is working, so we'll just tidy it up a little bit and leave it at that. Not sure which part that was, but we'll just get rid of the excess flux anyway. On to the next problem, the signal meter. I did notice the inlay inside the signal meter seemed to be a little bit loose, and the bulb didn't seem to be very good. So we need to find out what the problem is. So it looks like somebody has replaced the bulb sometime in the past. You can see there that the inlay is a bit loose, but we can fix that. Let's carefully take the signal meter apart. See, the inlay just fell out, and it looks like it's been getting rather hot in there. And it's actually melted the plastic slightly. There's a bulb. Must not lose the inlay. Oh, little dot of B7000 in the corners. That should secure that nicely. I'm going to be putting an LED conversion on this, so we need to find out which current limiting resistor is best, so it's not too bright but not too dim. So I think we'll settle with that. You can see that bulb is very, very dim. But that's not staying in. Now there is a resistor on the circuit board. So we can actually use that point on the board to mount our new current limiting resistor. And the resistor just drops out. quick clean up with some ISO. Let's put our replacement resistor in. And our fresh piece of wire that's going to connect to our LED. Trim the leads and it's all nice and tidy. Now we're actually going to revisit this sometime in the future. Because these LEDs have a very directional pattern and I want to try something with a little bit more of a light spread. But this will do for now. There we have it, switched on, looks good. So a little bit of heat shrink on the wires. Now this bit is fiddly, trying to get the LED into a position where it disperses the light as evenly as possible without giving a bright spot. Again, these LEDs, the light is emitted from the top, not the sides, so that kind of makes it quite directional. But we've got something in the pipeline for that. First initial test looks good. Now it actually looks brighter on the camera than it does in person, but it's bright, it's not too bright, it's clear. So I'm happy with that. So let's reassemble the radio. Now for you keen-eyed people there, you're probably shouting, well, you've not put the circular felts on the switches. And you're right, I didn't. And I assembled the front of the radio, saw this, and obviously had to take the radio apart again and refit them, but rest assured I did fit them. So as always, my favourite cleaner, some nice foam cleaner, get rid of all the grime. There's even the remains of the original warranty stickers, or should we say tamper evident stickers. Yeah, it's amazing what a little bit of foam cleaner can do, brings it up like new. I don't think we need that sticker anymore. Looks like something's been glued to the top, so we'll bring out our old friend isopropyl alcohol. That should get rid of that. But first, as always, good going over with some foam cleaner. See if we can get rid of 40 years worth of grime. And there, after a little bit of work with some isopropyl alcohol, whatever was stuck to the top has now gone. I think it's good to be fitted back to the radio. So I actually bought some new screws a while ago off eBay. New screws to this. I think it deserves it. Let's give it a test. So transmitting's good. Receiving's good. Transmit and receive. And mid-band's good. Check. See if anybody's out there. Yeah, toodles.
I got you the first time, I just about heard you there.
That seems to be working.
Alright.
Okay, how's that sound? Does that sound better?
It's getting there, mate. It's a bit muffled. I think you might be a bit close to the mic.
Right, I'll try not to shout down it. How's that? 1, 2, 3. Really do need a power mic for this.
That's down to mic gain. If you can find your mic gain and turn it up a bit. But your audio's okay, it's just too quiet.
Yeah, it's only a standard microphone, Rog.
Yeah, in that case, mate, yeah, it's fine then.
So, things to do on this radio next. Maybe improve the light behind the signal meter, and we'll see if we can get the Delta tune working again, and move the mid-band and UK FM to another switch. Maybe put it on the high and low, and maybe we'll move the high and low power to a switch on the rear. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.